Okay, so we'll get to a code demo really quick here, but I just wanted to just cover one more sequence here with the controller. So Blazor has on initialized and some other events. And so what we're going to do, what we're going to couple controllers with is an application-wide bus pattern. And if anyone has used a library called Mediator, then you're used to this concept of a bus. If you've ever used Azure Service Bus, where you send lots of different types of objects down the same channel and they get routed to different handler code, you're familiar with the concept of a bus. It's a really old pattern, and it's where lots of objects can subscribe or register interest in the bus, and then other people that know about the bus only can send an object. We tend to call it a message as far as the pattern goes. Send an object into the bus, and then the bus basically lets every other object that's registered with it get a little sniff at that object to basically ask the question, hey, do you know how to handle this object? Do you know what this object is? Do you know what this object is? Would you like this object? And by convention, Greg Young, who actually recently been on the Azure DevOps podcast, he there's other people, but he's done a lot of speaking and training on CQRS, command query response segregation, and he advocates for separating types of messages into 3 different categories. One is a command, one is a query, and one is an event. And I like that. I like that method because a command is it's an object. Think of a DTO. And by the way, the new C# record types, perfect for these types of objects. It represents a request for the application to do something, and the command may have a return value, but not necessarily. And so when it gets put down the bus knows that the first object that's registered on the bus, the first handler to say, I've got this one, wins, because commands can only be handled by one time. A query is a command that must return data. It is a request for data, and it can only have one handler. So the first one to say, I got this, wins. And then an event has no return because it doesn't even need to have a handler. And the bus knows that for an event, the bus is going to give the opportunity for any number of objects to receive the event. So it's a one-to-many, and there's no return value. So those are the types.